Hey, how's it going? Today we got a loaded tutorial, but before we get into that, make sure you check out this riddle and leave your answer in the comment section below. You got the answer to that. Hopefully it was the correct answer. Let's get started. So today I'm gonna work this design out from Photoshop to Dreamweaver like we always do. I'm gonna show you, if you stick around long enough, how you can do these roundels in Photoshop. I'm gonna use this sort of like code that I did from last tutorial. So if you didn't watch the breakdown to how I created this, you can find the video on the channel. Just go on the main page, go to videos tab, and then you can literally scroll and look for it. But if you don't want to watch that one, you can benefit from watching this one. See this button here? I can literally use the same asset of that button and just customize it so that the text and the button color is to this shape now. I don't have to actually redo the button coding syntax and all that stuff around it stuff. I can just customize it to fit the actual design. So that's another way of doing things rather than just always starting from scratch. So let's do a mini breakdown of what I think is great and what is going on in the design. So yeah, Pump Gym's great gym. I've been there for a long time. Basically nice. They got a sauna in there, they got a boxing bag, they got the spinning bikes, they got, yeah, it's just nice and spacious, very nice place. So yeah, if you're in the area close to Pump Gyms, definitely give them a thought. What is it? They do 24 hours and they give 50% off the first month and no contracts. You can literally, oh man, definitely go for it if you're close by, right? So so I'm gonna use white to right since it's black background contrast, right? First of all, you notice they've got a nice logo happening there. So yeah, they got a logo, great. And then what else do they have? They got this section here, which is you can call it the hero, or you can call it a banner section. Obviously in the hero, you can see that they've taken a nice photograph, and you take your nice photographs for your business or using your iPhone. Yeah, you can take nice photos, right, and incorporate them in your campaigns. So here they get somebody who's a designer, basically they can overlay things on top relevant to what campaign they're trying to send out. So now this campaign is actually showing people the activity, like it brings the people to the venue, right? And on top of seeing the email, basically they get met with this, okay, saying 50% off your first month. And then somebody be looking at it, oh, okay, wow, that's pretty good, right? And then they get interested and then probably ring them up, or they visit the site, or basically they go to the website, they sign up. So that's essentially what you're sending out these campaigns for, right? To hit people where they feel like, ooh, okay, that's kind of nice, right? Now, if you look at this, they've got this little heading section. So what do you pay attention to? First off, you notice that they've got two colors going. So they got that color, all right? They've got that color and they've got this color, right? Yeah, so they've got the pink and the white, right? So you have to factor that in if you're thinking about coding, okay? What else do you factor? Something basic, like basically you just look at these lines, right? They've split this to fall onto two lines, right? This is not like, so when you get it to, you're supposed to code it, you have to factor in that in design it's on two lines. So if you're doing it in thingy, in code, it's got to be on two lines, including this bit of heading. It's got to be on its own line as well. So you kind of have to factor those things, right? And then there's a big gap here. Why there is that big gap, God knows why. I don't even know. I actually don't like this. Wait, let me zoom out first. Let me see context. How's it looking? Well, it's awkward because it does work to an extent, but it's just like, why is there that big gap? It's like something is missing here or something. But anyway, it is what it is. They've got a big gap. You've got to factor this gap in, okay? Maybe it's there for a reason, who knows, right? And then obviously, what else do they have? Right, there you go. They got the paragraph thing happening. They got the paragraph stuff, okay? You got to factor font size of this paragraph. You got to, factor line height. What else? They've got this gap here, so you have to factor this gap in. So I've got the same color now. I can't really draw like that. Okay, so here they've got this gap between, which runs across here. So the gap between the button and the top bit. So this gap, right? So yeah, they've got that gap. So you got to factor that gap in, right? And then this is not the complete version of the email. I just got this for demonstration purposes. So obviously there's other elements happening down there, which goes down to the footer. So we only got this to play with, right? So basically you got this bit here and this bit here. This to me doesn't look so much like 650, but or 600. Maybe they're using under 600. Maybe it's a 500 design. Who knows? Maybe it is 600. I'm just not getting it. So yeah. So the email is in that sort of area, right? As you can see, drop. That's the bounds of the email. So everything is within here, and they've got this particular thing aligned to the center of each viewport that this email is viewed in. So it centers, right? So that's the whole email in here, right? Okay, cool. What else? Maybe that's 600 pixels, right? That doesn't even say 600 pixels. Okay, 600 pixels. So maybe that's 600 pixels, right? Okay, cool. Let's go into this other tab. Let's see if we can figure out, because I said I was going to show you how to sort of like design this. Let me get rid of the sketches because they're kind of messing the design up. So let's go into here. Let me just so obviously you get your picture that you shot and then you bring it in, right? Great. So once you bring it in, look, the dimensions are off and everything is not even looking the same. So what do? So you can grab this tool, the crop tool, and then like resize the canvas, right? Like boom. So let's see what happens if we do that. Right, that cropped that as well. Okay, that's better. So there you go. Get rid of that one. All right, so say for example, this is our starting point. I can just crop some of that. Let me see if I hold Alt. Yeah, I could do that. All right, great. Now, next thing is you're gonna need your circle. So you go to this tool and get the ellipse. Hold Shift to scale up in a circular proportion. Let me see if I pull it up on the top. Okay, there you go. You place it like that. Sometimes you wanna maybe place it in areas where you feel like, okay, that's gonna be, you know, good enough for you. And then you can click to choose colors. So for example, I can color pick whatever's in the actual viewport. Maybe anything that you kind of like. Maybe you want to go with that tone, and then boom, let's put it over there. And then maybe you want to duplicate it like they had two. Make the other one smaller. Man, I'm freestyling this. Let's go with a darker tone. So now we've got two colors going on in there. So now what's next? Get the text tool. What do they have? 50. Oh, something great would be like to cut this onto its own layer, but make this big. Let's see how big we can make this text. Okay, let's work with that for now. 100 pound, maybe make the text white for contrast, and then grab another text tool, or I can just hold Alt and drag this to duplicate, double click, paste the off, scale up, something like that. You can just play around, right? Okay, let's see if the off goes over here. $100 off. This is not working out. Or maybe you can actually do this that way. Tilt it a bit. All right, group that, move that over here. Something that's in the background there. Let's see. Okay, what else is in the background? Double click here. How's that look? Oh, actually, you know what's a great color scheme? Okay, I like this color. Yeah, that's better. I'm only saying that's better because, yeah. Okay, let's go to this U. Slightly lighter. Yeah. Yep, We're not supposed to be doing this. It's supposed to be coding. I don't know what's going on now. It's like, what? Which one did I just choose? Fix no. All right. 100% off. Make the burst that's big. And let's see if I can do that. If I cannot do that. Okay, let's try it on here. So yeah, I think what was missing for me was just like just the colors for me. I'm doing the wrong colors here on these rounders. They're not really popping off, if you know what I mean. But you get the idea. You get the idea, guys. This is kind of like how you can go about like messing around with your colors. And we had cool. So now what we're gonna do is start off with a logo. So we're gonna jump into Dreamweaver and get started. Gym logo here. And then I need to align this to the center. Okay, right, okay, so the width of this image is a bit off. So, okay, I need to bring that maybe down to something like 200. Let's see how that looks. Okay, 200 by 79. I could work with that. I like that. That's perfect. But I mean, let me see if I go into Photoshop. So basically look, this is the logo. I think it's smaller than 200, maybe 150 would be fine as well. And then you got this image that I need to put in now. But before we do that, the background color is black, so let's change that quickly. So we can go up to where we have these colors and make them 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's cool enough. And this one too. I actually like the contrast of just having the black and then just not black in here, but that is not for me to choose, you see. So I have to do what they got going. Refresh, what we got? Okay, great. Okay, refresh. Okay, great, it's showing. Okay, so in here, like literally in here, like, let's see how, yep. So in here, I can create a TR, but then I can just grab this and paste it in here. Refresh. I got 2 logos now. That is not what we want. However, I can go here and do this. Look, just replace the link, paste. Now I've got this, but I run into a problem straight away. And I know a lot of people run into these problems. That's why I'm happy to have those problems on screen. So you can see that the image came in and it's squished, right? It's not the right dimension. So how to fix that? First of all, here I can just get rid of this text and say maybe something like header image. Header image would be good, or you can just say what the actual message is. So the message is 50%. Okay, so that would be an ideal alt text, right? So because that's exactly what the image is saying. So if I refresh here and I click this, for me, it resets the actual image. So the actual image is 570, right? 570, boom. Okay, I can get rid of that. I can get rid of that. Okay, I can get rid of those. What is this? Okay, I can get rid of that as well. Yeah, so you can do that in your code. You can remove chunks of stuff that you don't want. Okay, and then I'll paste this in. I'm going to indent this. I guess I can always just do that. Let's see how I look. Maybe let me just look at the design. Let me show you where I am. Go to Photoshop. I'm sort of trying to do this bit here. So if we go back to Dreamweaver, right, you will see that got a bit of a dilemma here because the text is not aligned center. I can just do this, and then we get that effect, which is good. Font weight needs to be bold. Let's see if I got font weight. I got normal, so I can do bold. Typed it wrong. Bold. Okay, that's cool. And then this one, to get it to be a different color, I just cut it out, paste it back in, and we'll put a style attribute on a span tag. So we can do color equals, for now, let's do that. You can see it changes color, right? So what I'm actually gonna do is go to Photoshop and color pick this big round thing, because I know in there we've got the pink that's being used. Go back to Dreamweaver. In here, £, replace, right? And then we get that. Okay, so now we're kind of getting in the area of where we want it to be. If you're not happy with the font size, you control it here. Maybe go to 30. And the line height, if it's too much for you, maybe you want it 38. Just feel flexible to adjust things. I do feel it was the right way it was before. But you got that control. If I go back to Photoshop, let me show you where I am now. So if I grab another layer here and just zoom right in, you will see that if I make this brush size small, you'll see that now we're trying to work in this bit here, this gap. If you're also cautious of this, you'll notice there's a gap here. Okay, so it's all about being pixel perfect, right? And just mirroring what design you've been supplied with. So to do all that, you would need to say, visually looking at this, I could say it's 50, and this is like a 80. So let's work with those numbers. But again, those are just too big. I don't even know why I would do that, if you know what I mean. So padding top, I'll do something like 50, like I said, and then padding bottom, I'll do something like 80. Okay, so that you get those pushes basically that I was talking about. Okay, just copy the text from and paste. Okay, so now if I do BR tag, that's gonna give me a line break here. And this one is red in here. It's always nice to give it the sort of like the ASCII syntax. So it's, and amp, I think that's still the symbol. Yeah. Okay. If I refresh and things like this, you can always get rid of that. And pound. Okay, that brings up the pound sign as well. It's because different email clients may not be able to do. If you just put pound like this, different email clients may end up putting like a square, you know, because they can't really translate that character. But if you put like these ASCII values, basically, they will always be universally recognized, you know, type thing like that, you know. So yeah, if you wanted to change all these characters into ASCII, it's something you could do. What else? Oh, this one, yeah, those ones are fine. Percentage is fine, but you can if you want to. This one as well, you can if you want to. And this one as well, you can if you want to. All right, let's see where we are with this. The text itself was looking like it was centering. So this text is centered, not left aligned. So you'd need to go to Dreamweaver. And maybe in here you can do align center. Okay. Okay, let me just go into this view so we see where we are. Okay. Maybe because I don't like how these are falling onto their own lines and stuff. So what we can do maybe is to drop the font size to something like 18. Let me see one little trick I can do to prevent them from falling on by themselves. Okay, let's see, boom. Okay, so cool. Now we've got 2 instead of the 1 that was falling by itself. Yeah. So it'll be in, maybe in. Excellent. So all good out here. So we all good. So all we need to do now, you see this button here? There is a background color on that button, but the button itself, the problem is it's what can I say? It's black and it's blending into a black background, so we're kind of losing the button. But let me just grab this color and apply it to that button, and then you'll be able to see the box of that button. I don't need a chevron on this one, so I can get rid of this ASCII stuff. Okay, get rid of that. Actually, the text was saying, if you remember, join now. Sometimes you can write in caps lock if you don't want to do all that class of like text transform uppercase. Now if I refresh, you can see the pink, and then if I line center here, then that pushes the button itself to like the middle. However, our button is looking like how we do buttons, but this button, it's got more energy to it. It's massive, it's big, it's calling out, click me, join now. So yeah, we need to do something to our button. So maybe we need to do this double, so do 24. And let's see, work with me here, people. Maybe change the font size to 36. Okay, kind of liking that. Maybe give it a padding left and right. I'll say 20. Yeah, that breaks the button. Okay, don't want to do that. Maybe give it a 240 width. Refresh. Okay, font weight bold. Okay, let's see. Font weight bold. Okay, I think we settle in the close regions. Let's do 28, 30. Yeah, I could work with that. Yeah, so right, so now if we go back to Photoshop, you can see that's their button, obviously, which is, you know, great. And this is our button, so it's, yeah, you know, cool. So if I go into live preview here, click away from it, or click the image at the top, you can kind of see what we have. It's kind of similar, right? It's kind of like, you know, just trying to understand how they designed it, and then like we trying to like replicate all that stuff, right? What else do I really see other than, yeah, it's good, it's really good looking. I mean, the contrast between the black background and the pinks that they are brand colors, and the blues. Do they have blues in here? Probably the blues is in this circle. Yeah, great stuff. Like it works very well. Just one bonus, is it responsive though? Let's try it. I don't think it is. All right, so the email is breaking. Let's try to make it responsive. I think it's this image that's breaking it because it doesn't have a class on it. So if we add a class on this of image, which is the class that makes stuff responsive for me, okay, let's just scale it in, and bosh, it's doing it. So it's doing live. So yeah, you can see it's not breaking anymore. Scale it in. So this is for people that will be viewing the email on like iPhones and stuff like that. And one little tip that I could give to you that you can try out in your practice right now is, you see these gaps? Yeah, maybe you can do a class or something that can remove the padding. So on mobile, it'll be less padding. Okay, but if you wanted it to sit like this on a thing on a mobile, yeah, it's fine. You can just leave it. I think it's still nice. It's not too bad. Yeah, it is what it is. The buttons are quite big and like in your face, you know. And obviously this is quite strong as well. And then you got the logo at the top and a bit of messaging. The ratio to the text and images and buttons and stuff, I think is perfect. So that was that, and I hope you enjoyed this one and you found value in it. If you did find value, please remember to hit the like button. Let's get to 1,000 likes if we can. If we cannot, then it's all right. And also remember to subscribe to the channel if you want more videos like this, because we will be dropping them like it's hot. And if you obviously want to learn in depth, definitely link below, hit that link. That's the course. You will learn and get yourself to speed. But with that said, make sure you check me out in the next video. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Peace. Hey, hope you're having a good day. I got some good news. The course is now available. Click the link below to get full access. And if you're new, consider subscribing. Thanks for watching to the end. If you've liked this video, please hit the like button. It really helps. Thanks.